Cup final pits the velvet glove of Arsenal's sophisticated youth against the iron fist of Chelsea's relentless power. Kids against champions, an unlikely scenario which promises to intrigue. Not only have Arsenal ignored their stellar names who haven't been part of the Carling Cup experience, they've left behind some who have. Gilberto, Rosicky and Flamini all met Wenger's criteria for being involved, but he's gone with the 11 who started the first leg of the semi at Spurs, with 17-year-olds Traore and Walcott, 19-year-olds Fabregas and Danielson, and striker Julio Baptista. 2 League Cup ties have brought him 6 goals, an own goal and a missed penalty. What next? No compromises from Chelsea. Andrei Shevchenko has scored on both previous appearances here and seems at last to be matching his reputation with performances worthy of it. Drogba is the country's leading scorer, and Essien is able to bolster the midfield because of the extraordinary recovery of the captain John Terry from the ankle injury that saw him leave Portugal in a brace in midweek. Mourinho has blamed the club medics for misdiagnosis. Word from inside the camp suggests it's still a huge risk. The youngest team to contest a major English Cup final against the most expensive. As a neutral, it seems that Arsenal just have nothing to lose. Arsene Wenger's selection exposes Chelsea to the risk of maximum embarrassment. Jim Beglin, kids against cash and a cropped captain.
Well, I can't believe John Terry is on the pitch after that damaged ankle Wednesday night. Surely Arsenal have got to test that heavily early on. But I think it's Chelsea's power in midfield against Arsenal's wish to command possession in that area. That could be the key battle.
2 years ago, Chelsea played against Liverpool in this stadium, in this fixture. And at this point of that final, they were falling behind to the fastest ever goal in a League Cup final, scored by John Arne-Riise. That was an afternoon of some drama and of extra time. Don't rule out similar today. Crowd isn't absolutely full. 1 or 2 empty seats because of delays on the trains coming into Cardiff Station. 4 of these Arsenal players, Almunia, Walcott, Danielson and Ali Adier, have started all 6 Carling Cup ties. Traore, out on that far side, he started 5 and been sub in the other one. Diaby. Baptista, nice slip away from Terry, who's out of position. This is Walcott, and bridge covered. There's Fabregas! First ever on goal.
Very well struck as well. I mean, he went for the side foot in the end, just to keep some control on it. Bridge did well, not the greatest clearance in the end though, but there wasn't enough pace on it to beat Cech. The bounce in front, the skiddy pitch didn't cause him any real trouble. We wonder whether Ali Adier would play left side just to bolster things in midfield, but it's Diaby out there and Ali Adier is certainly up front alongside Baptista.
Fabregas, wayward, this is the son of Diarra. Walcott. Hoyt. Fabregas, Baptista, Danielson, Julio Baptista, chance here, Ali Adier went in, and Chelsea scramble it away, looking distinctly uncomfortable.
Well, it nearly turned into the perfect cross, but it was a shot that was scuffed.
Has made the run, and he got on the end of it, but the first touch took him away from goal. Ali Adier, twisting past Terry, and plunging on the ball gratefully is Petr Cech.
Again, Arsenal looking just a little bit more lively. Carvalho was caught to begin with. Diaby did ever so well to hold it up and keep possession, and Terry was just happy to get something on it.
Baptista. He'll shoot, and it's a good save by Petr Cech.
Well, I thought John Terry actually could have been quicker to close that down, because he could see Baptista in space when he was played in. This is struck beautifully. It's gone through his legs. What a save. That is Petr Cech at his absolute best. Brilliant.
It's been a really vibrant start by Arsenal. Unfortunately, one or two things being thrown from a predominantly Chelsea area of the crowd towards the corner taker, says Fabregas. Sticks of celery. Chance here, Walcott! What a moment! What a moment for Theo Walcott! The emblem of the Arsenal kindergarten puts the Gunners ahead against the champions with his first ever Arsenal goal. John Terry and company bemused.
What a finish. I mean, men against boys today, but the boys have started much better for me. And I think Walcott takes this brilliantly. He's found it tough of late. He's not really impacted on games when he's featured. But I must admit, once he got in position here, and Diaby, who started really well, picked him out beautifully. What a finish that is. They deserve it for me, Arsenal. They've been stronger in the early part of this game.
Arsene Wenger has put such faith in such youth. And a boy, still 19 days short of his 18th birthday, has repaid him handsomely. Theo Walcott becomes the second youngest player ever, after Norman Whiteside, to score in a major English Cup final. Never mind the millions, just a penny for his thoughts. Of Walcott, and he's beaten Bridge, and Baptista, did he have his legs taken from beneath him? Howard Webb had a good view and says no.
It's a good call. He hasn't touched him, and it's just a slip in the end. He's just to the side all the time, and he doesn't really play a part in that, Diarra.
Drogba away from Toure. Shevchenko for Lampard. Brave block by Senderos.
It's the best football we've seen from them as well.
Platform again for Arsenal. And the Adier nearly on the end of it. Here's Baptista. Two for support. Good tackle, Carvalho.
Oh, he could have played Danielson, and it was selfish to hold on to it.
Side this time, Arsenal exposed. Drogba! '27 for the season now.
He's just having that kind of season. I don't know, I thought he might have been flagged maybe half a yard, but it's been touch and go on a few decisions for him in this game. Knew Shevchenko was in support, but he's just slid it beautifully underneath Almunia. Oh, I don't know, I think another assistant, could have flagged that for offside on the day. It's gone right under Almunia, ignored Shevchenko, and that's the kind of form he's been in. Everything has been hitting the net this season, and he has taken it very well. Against the run of play too.
Fabregas. Hoyt. Now Theo Walcott. Abu Diaby. Fabregas.
What a great take that was by Baptista.
Control. Traore. around Essien, but he's done very well, Traoré, and he's still going. Fabregas, Traoré, chance for Arsenal on his weaker foot.
I think he was off balance in the end. Did incredibly well. Great strength and commitment from him. I think he got a bit lucky with the nutmegs in Diarra.
Robert, the fourth official, being engaged in conversation by Arsenal's manager, still unhappy about the lack of an offside flag.
Does he hold his run? Oh, he looks, maybe Senderos has just about done it. I thought maybe he might have just strayed a fraction too early, but he just put the ball in the net. You ask questions after that. I mean, good possession for Chelsea can enable Lampard, who's on the ball now, to make his little runs forward, and Ballack to pick his runs. If they keep working it like that, then those boys will look to get free, and Arsenal may struggle to track back and pick him up.
That was a nasty collision. Essien involved in it, and the referee gives a yellow card for Michael Essien. No stranger to awkward collisions, some intentional, some not.
Well, it just gets away from here, and once he slips, he's always struggling to make the ground up and get there. And Baptista's there before, and that had to be yellow. That was nasty. There is a follow-through on that.
Lampard. Here's Bridge. Shevchenko rising. With two Arsenal defenders. Walcott. A statement by Arsene Wenger today, leaving out not just Henry and co, who haven't played in this competition, but the likes of Gilberto, who by the criteria set down by Wenger could have played. It's an uncomfortable moment for Petr Cech.
I think the angle always favoured him in the end once he spilt this, but you don't often see that from him. I mean, he's the best in the world. In fact, should have been a corner. He's got a hand to that. He's missed it.
Baptista. Straight into Carvalho. Danielson. Fabregas, and again Ali Adier. Arsenal have done really well to retain it. Walcott, now he can run inside the fullback Bridge and Makelele. Theo Walcott couldn't find Ali Adier.
That's the key, isn't it, for Walcott, because his pace will never go away. It's just making sure his technique is right on the ball, and when it is, he's very hard to live with.
Jose Mourinho represents a brooding presence on the touchline. Danielson, good ball. Terry couldn't get there. Terry's pulled up. The injury may have recurred. It's Ali Adier, and that was a vital challenge.
And he's had a go at Ali Adier as well for going down a bit too easy. Carvalho, great challenge.
Terry was exposed really for the first time in the game there.
Arsenal have got to play on him more. If he's feeling the ankle, got to work and pressure him.
Diaby. Fabregas. Took a couple of deflections. Hopefully one of Lampard. Side dropper.
I don't think he likes that linesman. But Ali Adier, I mean, it's a great break. And watch John Terry here when he tries to turn and run. I mean, he's not even getting close, and he slips a couple of times as well. That's just a fantastic challenge.
Ali Adier to Fabregas. Diaby. Abu Diaby for Arsenal. Fabregas. Theo Walcott. Run for him, Bridge nipped in.
I bet Bridge was pleased he didn't control that quicker.
It is Fabregas. And that actually swung out of play before coming back in. So, all square at the end of a compelling first half. Theo Walcott's first Arsenal goal imposed red faces on those in blue. But Didier Drogba restored order when perhaps an assistant's flag should have halted him. Stay with us for more of the same. It's Arsenal 1, Chelsea 1 at half-time in the 2007 Carling Cup final. Welcome back to Cardiff's Millennium Stadium, where Arsenal and Chelsea are locked in combat in the Carling Cup final. Walcott for Arsenal, Drogba for Chelsea, the scorers. And as Howard Webb prepares to get this second half underway, news of a change to report. A fleeting glimpse there of Arjen Robben, who in a tactical alteration has replaced Claude Makelele for Chelsea. Jim Beglin, what do you make of that?
Well, I mean, he's got an ideal replacement for that deep-lying role in midfield with Makelele, and he can do that job no problem. And I just think it's a sign that Mourinho wants more oomph up front. I think Shevchenko's been disappointing. Drogba's strong as ever. He just needs more presence up there. And they're obviously going to get Robben running at Traore now.
It's Robben beginning this period of play wide on the right. Shevchenko cutting in from the left. And doing pretty well as well. It's Fabregas who sorts it out. Arsenal were out first from the tunnel, eager to start this second half. They've seen off Everton, Liverpool and Tottenham already in this competition. To beat Chelsea would eclipse all of those achievements. This is Diaby with a nice ball inside Robben, looking for Traore.
I have Diaby right up there in terms of man of the match at the moment, John. I thought he was outstanding in the first half. Set the goal up for Walcott, and I don't think he gave the ball away once. He's been brilliant.
There he is. Martin Nielsen. Long way to go in this final. Walcott. This is Fabregas. And Robben against the rookie fullback, the 17-year-old Traore. Nice ball, just a yard too heavy.
What an impact on the game that nearly was. Fantastic run. And Traore didn't know what to do. He wanted help, and the help wasn't good enough. Just a little too much on it for Shevchenko.
Shevchenko rued his miss. Senderos and Toure went across and had words. Essien has already been booked. And it did him a favour that Arsenal get on with it. And here's Diaby! Outstanding save again by Petr Cech.
Well, it was unreal, like the way he opened his body up. Diaby was touch and go as to whether it was offside or not again. You're right, Essien is lucky. He's got to watch himself now. I think that's his final warning. Cech read it brilliantly. He knew he was going for the far corner. Just didn't get it wide enough.
It's turning into a final of excellence. Fabregas. Diarra. Toure. Aliadier. He's turned away from Terry. And then Carvalho chops him down. Free kick a yard outside and a yellow card for the Portuguese.
Well, he was very strong before the break with his timing. I mean, John Terry again doesn't look right today. Beaten again, and he doesn't get near the ball. Carvalho, referee spot on.
It's Baptista, and the ball stood firm.
I'd say he would have preferred another 5 yards back, something like that. Just give him more room to get the ball up and try to get it down again. Difficult. Very close to the edge of the box, and it's well defended by Ball.
Fabregas with the shot that was a matter of inches wide.
Oh, I wonder if that grazed the post. That's brilliant. I mean, Arsenal seem to be starting the second half with the same surge they began the first. I think he gets a touch on that check. That's another brilliant save. I thought it was a glance off something. That's the barest touch, is it, off the keeper's gloves?
Robin. It's a corner, nothing more.
He was looking for the free kick, wasn't he? He wanted the contact to happen so he could go down. Saying, how can you miss that as well? Traore, that's a free kick for me.
Waiting to sprint at the near post, it's beyond him. And Terry goes in bravely. Goal kick is given. Oh, and there's concern here straight away. Real concern for John Terry, who is out absolutely cold. And look at the furious gesturing from both sets of players.
I mean, is the head low? Is the foot high? The foot's certainly high from Diaby. And John Terry was unbelievably brave in going for that, knowing that Diaby might try and clear it like that.
And they're calling straight for the medical staff and for the stretcher. This isn't just a job for a physio. He hasn't moved a muscle.
We just pray that everything is okay.
Faces of concern, and they don't just belong to Chelsea fans. Jose Mourinho took a calculated risk in including John Terry. And you can't say that the risk hasn't paid off, because the injury has nothing to do with the ankle. But Abu Diaby, whose right boot came in contact with Terry's face, is down there on his knees beside John Terry, just praying that his opponent is going to be okay. And there's a man showing as much concern as anyone with those crucial European Championship qualifiers coming up, in which he would have John Terry as the first name on his team sheet. I think we can already say that that is unlikely to be the case. The mood of the owner matches the mood of 70,000 plus inside the Millennium Stadium, as Chelsea's captain is carried from the Cardiff pitch. John Obi Mikel comes on in his place. Essien will revert to the centre-back position. Chelsea will want to go on and win the Carling Cup for their captain now, but sadly it won't be John Terry who collects it. Arsenal want to make a change. Emmanuel Eboué is coming on, and this, I think, is a direct response to the problems experienced by Traore since the arrival on the pitch of Robin. They're going to send Justin Hoyt across to play at left-back, and Armand Traore is withdrawn. Eboué will play at right-back.
Well, that's not a good sign either. Diaby looks a bit unhappy. He's feeling something at the moment. He's been outstanding. They don't want to lose him. I think he's going to have to go.
Well, there's the potential replacement, Alexander Kleb. Diarra. Drogba goal side of Senderos. The goalkeeping by Almunia.
Big Swiss got caught. He shouldn't have allowed that to happen. He could have read that earlier.
Still waiting to regain its shape since the horrible-looking injury to John Terry. Always difficult after such a long delay, but here's Lampard for Chelsea. The width of the crossbar away from putting them in front.
That's a brilliant effort. I thought Arsenal could have read it quicker and got tighter to him. Senderos was a bit late getting there. Almunia was beating all ends up, you know. That is so unlucky. Fantastic effort.
Ali Adier. There's Carvalho. Here is Danielson. And now it's Eboué. Walcott, blocked by Bridge.
I think Walcott's done a lot better today. Obviously the goal was fantastic for him, but I think his end product has been much better.
Fabregas to take this. Toure, a very late arrival. Who's going to mark him for Chelsea? No one, that's who.
Oh, it was a good spot, Mr. Champion. You saw the Chelsea defence didn't. You're right. He arrived late from the back, made the run near post, and then he shouldered it. Didn't get his head to it. That was a great chance. It just came off his left shoulder in the end.
Bouet on Robin. Lampard. Bouet's header. This is there. Danielson. Messian. Robin. There's Drogba! Undoubtedly for his captain. Never mind his club. 7 minutes of the 90 to play, plus an enormous chunk of stoppage time. But is that the goal that secures the Carling Cup for Chelsea?
Arsenal just gave it away a bit softly. And I think Drogba has been absolutely phenomenal when given a chance. Took the first one away well, and this one, he wanted it badly. Timed his run beautifully, but what about the header? Under a little challenge from Senderos, it's brilliant. Almunia can't get near it. That's fantastic. He's had a brilliant season. That is another fantastic finish from him. But I think Mourinho deserves a lot of credit too, because he made a bold change at half-time with Robin, and he's delivered as well.
They have to have hope. Arsenal's youngsters have been in a few tight corners, and they've emerged from them. This is not one yet for Chelsea. There was an arm across Essien there from the Togo international.
I'll be grateful of that. Just let a few seconds drift away, run the clock down.
Drogba, here's Shevchenko! Second time Chelsea have struck that part of the bar.
And I thought that was going to be the moment for him. You know, it hasn't been his day. He's had a shocker pretty much, really, but that touch was beautiful, that first touch. And that, I mean, how it didn't end up in the back of the net, I don't know, because Almunia is getting nowhere near it again.
Chelsea trying to turn the screw. Toure. Shirt held by Mikel. Referee got a good view of that. Oh, and then the two square up. Mikel and Toure. Fabregas tries to act as a peacemaker. And what started off as a minor spat is now something much more serious, which disfigures a showpiece occasion. Mourinho on the pitch, followed by Wenger. And it's not often you see this serious an outbreak of disorder in such a big game.
Wenger's trying to pull Mourinho away, is he?
And Wayne Bridge has just been felled away from the main centre of the very unwelcome action. Mourinho has embraced a Bouet, who's been led away by Arsene Wenger. And one senses that the tally of only 3 red cards in the history of the League Cup final may well be about to increase. Bridge seemed to be attacked off the ball. So, hard line or leniency. Referee has taken instructions from his assistant Dave Babsky. Red card, John Obi Mikel. Now, does it have to be the same for Kolo Toure? Red card for Arsenal's captain.
I just wonder whether they've cut red because it got out of hand. I think if nobody else got involved, yellow might have sufficed on the day, but because it went out of control, I think the referee felt he had to do something with red.
Red card as well, Adebayor. And more arguments. And in an instant, the number of players sent off in a League Cup final through the years has doubled. It's an unenviable position for referee Howard Webb. So many players were misbehaving. There were 5 or 6 who, to the letter of the law, perhaps deserved a red card. But look at Eboué here on Wayne Bridge. Maybe he should have been higher up the list than Adebayor. And still, more advice for the referee Howard Webb. Frank Lampard being called in. Yellow for Lampard. Yellow for Fabregas. Now, is that it? It's an awful lot of administrative work for the referee and an awful lot of talking points for us.
He's saying calm.
Calm?
That's a bit late for that.
Where did calm go to? He wouldn't want to be at the centre of such controversy, but he will have seen it as his duty to issue 3 red cards. Kalou. The second half has now lasted for 56 minutes. And this must be the final opportunity for Arsenal. Almunia. Not many numbers for the Gunners, but they haven't got many players left. Kleb. Mourinho desperate for the whistle. That may be enough. No. Arsenal free kick. I hesitate to use the phrase after what's just happened, but they still have a puncher's chance. And Almunia, the goalkeeper, is coming forward. Has there ever been a finish to a domestic cup final like this? I think we know the answer. One man in yellow, a few in red and white, lots in blue. The denouement to the 2007 Carling Cup final. And there's always the risk, if there's time, that if Chelsea gain possession from this, they can score the killer third. Last play of the game, surely, Fabregas. And now, there is vulnerability, but there is no more time. And for the second time in 3 seasons, the Carling Cup belongs to Chelsea and to Jose Mourinho. A final that produced plenty of good, plenty of pain, and lots of ugly moments late on. Theo Walcott, with his first Arsenal goal, had put the Striplings in front, but a brace from Didier Drogba has decided it in Chelsea's favour. Jim Beglin, your thoughts?
Well, my first thought, my main thought is I pray that John Terry will be okay after such a dreadful, dreadful injury. I thought the first half was wonderful. Open football, great flow to the game. Could have gone either way. Level, I think, was probably about right. I think second half, I think again, Chelsea's individual calibre has come through, especially in the form of Drogba. I thought Robin made a real difference, but on another day, these Arsenal youngsters could have just wrestled at least extra time and kept it going. I think they've been fantastic throughout the competition, I really do.
This is a game that will make headlines for the wrong reasons as well as the right. At long last, someone has managed to deal with those pesky kids of Arsenal. But what a run they've had. And it took all of Chelsea's class and persistence to finally quell the uprising.
It became, as a big thing, but, there was just a few pushing, just the excitement of the game. I tried to separate, and I don't know why everybody came to me. I don't understand, but this is football, and after we tried to come back, and we didn't find the luck.
I don't know what happened. I think the ref sent the wrong man off. So that's something they'll have to look at.
Adebayor was sent off, and maybe it should have been Eboué.
Yeah, definitely, and you can understand his frustration for getting sent off because the wrong man was sent off, but there must have been a mix-up between the linesman and the referee.
This incident doesn't reflect the quality of the game. It was an outstanding game with both teams going for it, an open one, and I feel we can be very proud of our performance.
How's John Terry? Because in a way his injury seemed to galvanise the team at that point in the game.
He's there, he's back to the dressing room, so everything is everything is fine. I think was dangerous in that moment. He lost the confidence, he lost the conscience, he was not breathing, this kind of impact situations. But after that improved, you know, scans, hospital is back, everything is fine. And I think he can join the boys in the celebration dinner.
How satisfying is today?
I'm happy, but it's over. This competition is over, finish. It's in our pocket, it's in our history. It's one more cup for us and for Chelsea, but it's over. Now I don't want to keep speaking about Carling Cup.
We were a bit unlucky with some decisions today.
Such as, in particular?
In particular, the offside goal, first goal, the equaliser. In particular, Adebayor being clean through without being offside. And but in that kind of game, of course, you pay a hard price for it.
Have we seen the future a bit though today with Arsenal, and how good they may be?
Yeah, they have great boys, you know. You know, I wouldn't be sad if a club gives me 3, 4, 5 years and tells me you don't need to win, you can lose Premiership after Premiership, and you have 3, 4, 5 seasons to build. I wouldn't be sad.
They've won a few titles though along the way.
Not since I arrived. Since we are in Chelsea, they lost Premierships, and they lost with us Charity Shield. They lost with us Carling Cup. I don't think they are winning a lot, but absolutely brilliant young boys, manager top, team with a great future.
But they didn't win today.
But they didn't win today.